Good morning. Good morning. I'm Jessie. Welcome to Bible Talk again. As you know, we are now doing the series regarding human. Now, up until now, we've shared regarding the relationship between us and God, since we human could only be defined in relationships, taking after God's image, who is relational. So last time we focused on the tree of knowledge in relate to this. Since God created us human to have a genuine loving relationship with us, to have this genuine loving relationship, however, paradoxically, God actually had to create the tree of knowledge, which represents the freedom to walk away from Him, walk away from that loving relationship and become independent and separated from God. Because without that freedom, it cannot be true love. So, we shared that God had to make that tree of knowledge, even though He knew from the beginning that mankind would fall because of that tree. And voila, no surprise, mankind did fall, and now sin came into the world. Now we also taught that sin is the one thing that cuts our relationships with God and with other people, with other beings, and with the nature. So sin is the one that breaks all the relationship of ours. So that's what sin does. Sin makes us separate ourselves, distinguishing me from you, and me from God, me from anyone else, nature, anything. Yeah. And sadly, that is how most people
think.
Yeah.
What human is.
Yes. People
think we need to live on by ourselves. So, like, I need to plan myself for my life by myself. I need to try harder and harder, and me.
Yeah. So now we became focusing all about me, not really considering myself as one united with others or with God even.
That's tragedy.
Yes, that is. So that's why there is no room for God or any other people in the minds of most people nowadays, really. So today we are going to talk about how does this sin affect on our relationship in more detail, practically in our everyday lives. Because we just like we said, we already shared in an abstract form. We've already shared what sin is, what sin does. Sin does cut and break our relationships, and it makes us separate ourselves. But how does it really appear in our lives, in our everyday lives? Yes. So now, just like we said, sin is the thing that breaks our relationships. And I think if you think it in that way, there are three main relationships that sin can affect. Our relationship with God, our relationship with other people, our relationship with nature, other beings, animals, surrounding. Yes. So let's talk about those in order, one by one. So now, first let's talk about how does the sin effect on our relationship with God first. We've already talked that sin breaks our relationship with God. But how exactly does it appear in our real lives?
Yeah, every day people try to make them success life without God, and they ignore God's word.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I don't need to listen to God. That's useless. I need to take care of myself by my own, like that. And people constantly live every day according to the standard of this world.
Not according to what God says or what God's principles.
Whereas his men and war machines are on their way.
That means those same men aren't protecting his castle.
What do you propose we do, Your Majesty?
We need to get ready for it.
Our only hope is to strike them before they strike us.
But that's crazy. No one has ever taken that castle.
There's always a first time.
We'll have the element of surprise.
But we have the advantage here.
If we dig in, we could probably hold them off indefinitely.
I, for one, feel safer underground.
Look, I appreciate what you've done here. But this isn't a fortress. It's a tomb.
Yes, and if they're smart, the Telmarines will just wait and starve us out.
We could collect nuts.
Yes, and throw them at the Telmarines. Shut up. I think you know where I stand, sire.
If I get your troops in, can you handle the guards?
Or die trying, my liege.
That's what I'm worried about.
Sorry?
Well, you're all acting like there's only two options. Dying here, or dying there.
Not sure you've really been listening, Lou.
No, you're not listening. Or have you forgotten who really defeated the White Witch, Peter?
I think we've waited for Aslan long enough.
Yeah, actually it's so sad because we are created by God. God has original plan for us. So we need to know what I am, who I am, what goal is my purpose of creation, my talent, in other words. So we have to find, for example, apple tree.
No, okay.
He have to think, I am apple tree. I have to make apple.
I have to bear
individuals. But if he thinks, oh, I want to be watermelon because watermelon is expensive. Try to become watermelon. Never works.
I see. So yes, God created each of us in different ways, and in that way we make harmony all together.
Yes.
And in that way it becomes beautiful all together. But instead of finding out what God has given me, many people just focus on being successful according to what this world says.
So-called success.
Yeah, so-called successful lives. I guess the prime example could be money.
Yeah. So people, even Christians, many Christians confused. Christians are confused. Live their lives pursuing what this world says valuable and worthy.
And money is the most or the most popular thing that
yeah, you're right, popular. Many people just simply think who has much money, they are success.
I see. So regardless of what God has given to him or her, they just focus on making money and making big name. And so
we need to find our talent and flourish. And that's what God wants from us. Praise God, glorify to Him with our talents. Then God will provide us.
Yes.
Because we are achieving His goal, His plan.
And also, when we actually do that, when we actually find out what I was given from God, and when I do that, when I flower my talent, then that's the moment that we feel happy and most fulfilling.
Yes.
That's why many so-called successful people say
they are not happy.
Regret at the end of their lives. They say, oh, I should have focused more on other things, my family, loving other people, rather than making money.
Yeah, they are deceived.
Yes.
By the word.
Yes. And just probably it's not just about making money. Also, many people think and follow this so-called normal pattern of life. Like you need to go to a good college to live a good life. You need to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend at this age. Well,
I remember you said to me, Tom Hanks said something.
Yeah, I read that. I read this joke. I was searching for some humor or funny things that I could.
It was very
good. Post on Facebook, and it was a wonder, but it was. They say it was from Tom Hanks' Facebook page, and there he said something like this. Need a job to go to college. Need a job to go to need money to go to college. And
need to go to college.
And need
money.
What was it?
If we want to go to, we want to have good job. We have to go to college.
Yes.
But if we have to go college, we need money. So,
and to make money, you need a job.
Yeah, so it's endless, you know.
Yeah, so Tom Hanks said, I wonder who was the mastermind behind this.
That's right.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, surely Satan.
That's, deception.
Yeah. So, but that's what many people just follow without even thinking. So you need to buy, for example, you need to buy a house at this stage of life, you need to get married at this age. I'm quite abnormal according to that kind of pattern. But the bigger name you have, the more successful you are, the more successful you are living your life. And I mean, those are the things that people automatically think, which is normal and successful. But who says it's normal or successful?
Satan.
Yeah, exactly. It cannot be normal, and it should not be normal or successful.
We are excellent, not normal.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
God made us, all of us, special. Normal is deception.
Yes. So, but because of sin, that's how many people live, even without thinking. Even many Christians, I think, many Christians, they go to church, they read Bible, but when it comes to make a decision, or when it comes to an important moment of life,
I think not just the important moment, we have to listen to God every moment.
Yes.
But people, Christians, they listen to word.
Yes, they make decisions according to the standard of this word. Like, okay, which way would be more monetarily beneficial, or which way would be more, would give me greater name, something like that. But if you apply God's principles in those kind of moments, then probably you should consider, okay, in which way should I go to exercise more love, to practice more love, or which way should I take to benefit my spirit more? That kind of thing those kind of things should be your standard when you make a judgment. But that's not what often happens, really. Not even in Christians' lives.
Yes. Sadly.
Yes. Okay. That's how sin affects on our relationships between us and God. And now then, how about the relationship between us and other people? How does the sin affect on that relationship?
Yeah, we need to know. Because of sin, this is very sad thing, sad reality in the world. Because of sin, we separate ourselves from other people, and more exactly, right? Hence, we compare ourselves to others and competed against themselves.
Compete against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Competition.
Yes, that's right. just like you said, if we consider ourselves one or united with others, then we will not compare or compete to others.
Never.
Because you're not gonna compare yourself to yourself.
Yeah. Never, hand, feet, never compare to each other.
Or they don't compete against each other.
Yeah. They serve each other.
Yes.
Hand live for body, feet live for body. We all serve each other. All parts of body serve each other, not compete each other. Compete each other. That's from Satan.
Yes.
Kill each other.
Yes. Yes. I mean, really comparing, even it is recognized even in this world education or system as well. People, even people like psychologists, they even say comparing your children to other would make your children really bad, would affect on your children really badly. Don't do that. They say it. But this whole system of this world compels us to compete against each other and to compare myself to other. Oh, I need to be like that person. I just like you said, the apple tree wants to become a watermelon.
Yes. Because many people love watermelon. Looks bigger and looks, stripe. Color is better. So why not? I want to be a watermelon.
That is a successful life.
But that apple tree, never be happy.
No.
Because never has watermelon taste.
No.
What kind of fruit is this like that?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
But that's what sin does and is still doing on relationship between us and other people.
Yes.
That reminds me this story called Hope for the Flowers. Have you read that?
Yeah, I preach it with that.
Yeah, that's right. In that story, there are so many caterpillars, and there are two main caterpillars.
Yeah.
One is striped
Yellow.
one, and the other one is yellow.
Yellow one is wise.
Yeah. So and they were
friends.
Yeah, they were friends, and one day they discovered there were like pillars of caterpillars, thousands of them, and in each pillar numerous caterpillars trying to go up high and high and high. And the end of those pillars were above the cloud, so you could not see what was on the top of those pillars. So
nothing.
Yeah, it turns out big fat nothing really.
That striped caterpillar
tries to go up.
Succeed.
Yeah, tries to go
succeed.
Yeah, tried to go up, and he did, but he found out there was nothing. So in the end, he came down and he followed the way that
only
yellow.
trampling, other caterpillars.
Yes.
Don't go up.
So in the end, he came down and he followed the way.
Actually, he was struggling there, and yellow caterpillar. Transferred.
Metaphor. Yeah, metaphor.
Yellow butterfly.
Yes.
So it fly to.
Yeah, the yellow caterpillar transformed into butterfly, and it came to the striped one.
Yeah, no, that's wrong way. Follow me.
But they couldn't actually communicate.
Yes,
because
different language.
Yeah, the language of caterpillar is different from the language of butterflies.
Different dimension.
Yes. But anyway, somehow striped caterpillar.
I love that book.
Understood what the butterfly was trying to say, and it came down and it also transformed itself and became striped butterfly in the
what
end.
What is cocoon? He became first cocoon.
Yeah.
And he should die.
Yes.
Become.
So guess it is actually quite short story, but it is read by many people, and many people say it is wonderful story, and I believe it has piece of truth in there, because many people are living like those caterpillars in the story,
Exactly.
trampling others without knowing the
For
reason,
nothing.
without knowing what awaits them on the top of those pillars, which is really nothing. There is nothing. But all that happens because you do not love your neighbor as your own body. If you love your neighbor as your own body, if you consider themselves one with you, united with you, you will not trample on them.
Yes, we serve each other.
That's right.
You know, hand pick the food, give mouth, you know, all serve each other, help each other.
Yes, hand never says, oh, why do I have to do all the work and you enjoy the tasty food?
You know the story? Hands, feet, they became selfish. So why we have to do for mouth? I don't want to go to fridge. And you know, mouse couldn't eat
anything.
And you know, starving and whole body going weird and dying.
Yeah.
So and hand, feet also were dying.
They in the end they just realized, okay, this is not gonna work.
Yeah, we should have each other, help to each other.
That's why Paul said in the First Corinthians, I think, our body we have many different organs in our body. What would happen if a whole body is filled with eyes, or a whole body is just hands? Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yes.
To work as one, we are all different. And only in that way we could establish God's kingdom, church, and true me, true human.
Amen.
As also.
Amen. Exactly.
Yeah. So, but that's how sin affects on the relationship between people and people. We automatically separate ourselves. We consider separately from others. So we compare. We compete against each other. We trample on others.
Yeah. So when I was going to normal church, when I was young, I thought we had competition in church. You know, worship song competition like that. I was thinking, why we have to compete with each other? This is not right.
No, yeah, that's right. I also that also reminds me the experience I had in my church as well. There are actually some how can I say, some things, not good things really, but some things from what the people in the world would do came into the church also, and they just did it.
They are deceived. You know, that's not from God. That's not Jesus' culture.
No.
Demonic culture.
No. For example, it happens like something like that happens also. You know, in the world, people, when you get stressed, and people go to their friends, get a drink. That's how they try to relieve their stress.
Yes.
But in the church, among God's people, that's not what God says how we should relieve our stress, how we should overcome our stress.
Not gonna work.
No, Jesus said, come to me, talk to me, vomit up your whole heart to me. Then
cry to me.
Yes, then I will be your comfort.
Amen.
That's what Jesus said, and that's what even David said in Psalms.
Yeah, sadly, you know, between church and different church, they are compete.
Yes, they compete.
You know, your church is bigger, my church is small. So I'm sad. What what happening? We shouldn't do that.
No,
We are one.
That's right. That's right. Yes. So that's the effect of sin between people. Okay. Lastly, how about then regarding the relationship between us and nature?
Nowadays, I'm feeling more sad emotion for creation,
Other creatures.
other creatures, and even flowers, even water, ocean. They are polluted, pollution. Fishes,
Fish.
lots of fish dies, birds fall down, even sharks.
Yeah. I guess that this selfishness, this considering.
We don't want to take care of nature because
No.
we consider between we and nature are separated.
Yes. Yes. So that's the root reason of all pollution, really.
Yes, that's the reason.
Yes, we pollute the nature because we consider nature and us, just like you said, we consider nature and us are separated beings.
And abusing animal.
Abusing animal, you're not gonna abuse yourself. Come on.
If you love it and you feel them like you, you cannot abuse yourself.
No. Are you gonna beat yourself,
Yeah.
or are you gonna like? Yeah, no. But so I guess in that way, if we apply that logic, I guess you'd be held accountable for what you did towards the nature and even to an animal when you stand before God.
I'm sure you'd be.
Yeah, yeah.
That's selfish.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So I guess that's how I always felt. But really, the root of all human evil, the root reason of everything bad happens in this world, is really selfishness and pride. Those two things are the root reason. But these two things are the things that sin brought into the world.
That's sin.
Because those two things are from Satan. These are characteristics of Satan. And when human listen to Satan, sin came into the world, bearing Satan's characteristics into humans' minds.
That's the problem. That's
Yes.
the problem. People, even Christians, they think we cannot listen to God. They said to me, but we can listen to God.
No, rather we should.
We should. In the Bible, Cain, Adam's son, Cain, even Cain, who killed his brother, he had conversation with God.
That's right. So if you say, no, I can't have a conversation with God, I don't think it is possible to have communication with God nowadays, you're saying you're less than Cain.
Yeah, that's what I am saying. So please listen to his voice. He is happy to tell you the truth.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, so well, and these effects of sin like separating ourselves from God, separating ourselves from other people, separating ourselves from our surrounding nature, and treat them accordingly, these effects, it's not just what I do, it's really almost everyone, not almost, absolutely everyone does. And so sometimes we are in a situation, we are in a position that either I affect on other people or God or surrounding nature in a sinful way, or sometimes in reverse, I also get affected by other people.
Yes.
Because of sin, because of the power of sin. And actually that is what I call chain reaction of the power of sin.
Like a domino.
Yeah, like dominoes or like atomic bomb.
Yes,
actually.
yes.
It's quite difficult, but I'm not an expert of this, but I heard that how the atomic bomb works is like there's a chain reaction going on between molecules like that, not molecules. Anyway, between power or those, how do you say that? Atom. Yeah, between atoms. So that chain reaction, each time it happens, it's been like double
powerful.
And because those chain reaction happen so fast in 1 second, great energy just explodes. That's how atomic bomb is created and works. That's exactly how sin works in this world. Sin affects us, and because we are affected by sin, we also react in a sinful way.
Yes.
And that's how sin gets this whole world under its power. But here's the good news. Jesus was the one who stopped it.
Yes.
And
he always said, forgive.
Yes, yes. So that's actually what we are going to talk in much more detail next time. But that's really good news for us because Jesus stopped it, and with that power to stop and resist against the effect of sin, He is now dwelling with us. When we have Him within us, we too can resist to that power of sin.
Yes. We
can break that chain reaction.
Yes, break chain. That's right.
Yes. So
otherwise, there is no answer for this word.
No.
But people think reaction is justice.
Yes.
But forgiveness is justice.
That is also another example of how different between this world's way and God's way.
Yes. So we gonna all die if we don't stop. And my family line will all be destroyed if I don't stop now.
Okay. Yes. So that's what we are going to talk in more when we talk about human and salvation. That is salvation.
Yes.
Break the power of sin.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing, and thank you for watching. Have a blessed week, and I pray that every one of us would be free from the power of sin more and more day by day,
and become one with God's love. Don't be separated.
Yes, that's right. We are one with God. We are one with other people.
Yes.
We are one with God has given to us in our nature.
Amen.
Thank you for watching, and have a blessed week.
Next time.
See you next time.